everyone. I'm David from the Nukes. We are a ukulele trio from West Auckland in New Zealand, and we're here for the Melbourne Ukulele Festival. And this is...
I'm Snapper. I'm a banjolele player. I'm also one of the trio that is the Nukes from beautiful Aotearoa, West Auckland. And this is...
Kia ora, I'm Ben from the Nukes, the all-original ukulele trio from West Auckland, New Zealand.
We are a trio that got together about 4 years ago, and we write our own music for ukulele. And our ukulele is a little bit different from each other. Mine is a tenor uke with a very low G string, and I can play bass lines on mine. Snappers, as is already mentioned, is a banjolele, made famous by George Formby and Ralph Shaw. And
that's very enthusiastic delivery there, Dave.
Thanks very much.
I'm liking it.
And Ben, what's your ukulele?
Regular tenor, Dave.
Regular tenor ukulele.
Let you down. I won't let you down.
I won't let you down. I won't let you down. I won't let you down. I won't let you down. I won't let you down. And we have a lot of fun with ukulele, as you should if you're playing uke. But the thing that makes us a little bit different is we write our own music. So
and our talent, Dave.
And our talent
makes us different.
It makes us different. Okay.
What's the ukulele scene like in NZ?
Strong, very, very strong. We've so loved being here in Melbourne, and at this festival it's funky and all inclusive, but it's a little adult, like there's a bar at the back of it, so it's been fabulous, and it's absolutely been world class. In New Zealand the festivals is a lot more school orientated, it's outdoor, it's probably the numbers are bigger, there's 2,000 or 3,000 people, but it's a family, children's, it's brilliant, but there's room for both. They're both fabulous, but we've so enjoyed the Melbourne Festival for its sort of beautiful risque excitement, and New Zealand is also equally in love with this gorgeous instrument, but it's huge schools arrive, yes, it's different, but it's very healthy, it's a very healthy scene.
Who are your ukulele heroes?
Dave Parker is probably my #1 ukulele hero, and Snapper Theo will take a second, I guess.
There's a English-Canadian guy, Ralph. He's very good.
Could you describe your act to people who haven't seen it? What do you guys do?
Okay, well we're from New Zealand and we're songwriters, and so our original music is very much informed by the place that we're from, and so there's quite a lot of New Zealand references and Kiwiana, we call it, in our songs, and we also use humour quite a lot. Snapper here tells stories, he spins yarns, if you will. That's kind of like an Australian type term. He spins yarns, and they are, well, how would you describe your yarns, Snapper?
Witty, explosive, and perhaps a little vague and confusing sometimes.
You guys performed last night after Benny Chong.
I'll take
How did your performance go? Are you happy with it?
I'll bet this one. I poked my head around the door and he was on his 3rd standing ovation, and I kind of felt as I was going to follow "Thank you, Elvis Presley," and now the Nukes. Talk about warm up a crowd. Yeah, the 3rd standing ovation. We take it very seriously, and it's still, even though we've played a lot, I still get nerves, and we're brave and we're writing new stuff. But wow, that was, and yet it's not a comparison thing. It still somehow fitted. There was still room for us and room for him, but it was a mountain to climb. He was fabulous, absolutely fabulous, you know. But a gorgeous crowd, and they were ready for it, and they understood us. And we did 3-part harmonies as well, so we're different. But yeah, it was tricky.
I think when you follow an act like Benny Chong, who is so technically brilliant, and you know, it was a fabulous show that obviously he put on, you have just to trust that what you do is great, but in a completely different way. And that's a great thing about the ukulele. Would you agree with me, Ben? It's actually a versatile instrument. What we do is something completely different from any of the other acts in the festival.
I think that the ukulele allows people's personalities to be the main act.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle, and for us it's a vehicle of songwriting and expression. I think the fact that a ukulele festival has such a broad range of fantastic performers is just a testament to the ukulele's charming nature.
And also the difference of people.
Yeah.
And what they bring. As you say, it's a vehicle for someone's character or an act's character to really be expressed.
The ukulele's attraction is broad. It attracts all sorts of people. If you look around the festival, there's I saw a guy looking like a bit of a metler before, and there's people in their 90s here, and there's children here, and there's Snapper. I mean, that's a whole category in itself.
It's a beautiful venue too. I've loved this union thing, and we're kind of socialists, and I love the venue. Yeah.
We're really excited to be here in Melbourne. This is our first trip out of New Zealand to play in Australia, and so it's been a real experience for us to see how our original music from New Zealand would translate into a different culture, into a different country. People have really seemed to respond to it and really loved it.
It's verging on overwhelming, it really is. I'm going to go home to my wife and explain it, and I don't know where to start. And once I start, I may not stop. It's been overwhelmingly full.
Freedom of speech is essential for a balanced society.